Welcome to this review video on domain and range. Today we'll be looking at domain and range through the Desmos platform. This is the platform you'll be using to create your roller coaster at the end of this project. So let me first start off by graphing a simple quadratic, y equals to x and then squared. If you're confused on how to get the x squared, particularly the squared, you can always go here and use this symbol over here. So you see how I made x squared squared. So you can always do that, or you can press on your keyboard Shift and then it should be Shift 6, and it's like looks like a little hat sign that's next to the 6, and that would then prompt you to put a number in the exponents term for your x. Okay. So let's get rid of that. And so we have our parabola. So domain and range. Domain and range are very similar concepts, and they are basically talking about where the graph can exist in relation to the x-axis, which is the horizontal axis, of course, and the y-axis, which is the vertical. So domain is talking about the x-axis. And the way you can put the domain and range into your function here is as such. You need to use these curly brackets. Okay, so let's say I wanted this function to only exist in between -2 here and +2 here. That means that all this line above +2, all of this part would go away, and all of this part above -2 would also go away. What I would do is I would use my notation, my knowledge from domain and range, and I'm sure you guys all have notes on this. You would use that and you'd put that here. So you would write something like x, and then to x, you would now apply what you want x to be in terms of. So you want x to exist between +2 and -2. So that means that x has to be greater than and less than which number? Well, x would have to be greater than -2 and would have to be less than +2. And we can see here how the graph will exist here like this. Okay, so x will always be greater than -2. Okay, see -2, so we'll continue. So -1 would be here, 0, 1, 2, and those are all numbers that are greater than -2, and but would also have to be less than 2. Okay, let's suppose now we want our function to also have another restriction on it. So we want that our function only exists as long as y is less than 3. Okay, so that means we want to cut off everything above this line here. And in order to visualize it even better, I can graph here y equals to 3. Okay, so everything above this blue line here, I want to cut out. So next to our function over here, I will put another set of curly brackets and I'll write such that, okay, y has to be less than 3. And we can see now how it cut out the top portion of the graph. I hope this explains to you how you can use domain and range in Desmos. Thanks for listening.